Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Mildred. Yes, Mildred, making a rare appearance. She's shy. She doesn't used to be, but now she seems to be. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us. She'll probably hop off shortly. But yes, we get Mildred, so we're going to hang out a little bit. Here we are with great artist Bad Day. Oh, yeah. Well, the great artist is Paavo Järvi, and the Bad Day is this recording of Beethoven Overtures, which I talked about, I think, when it came out. But I wanted to go over it yet again because it was kind of instructive on how consistency is so difficult to achieve. Because as some of you may know, Järvi did an absolutely astoundingly fine recording of the Beethoven symphonies with these folks, the Deutsche Kammerphilharmonie Bremen. Really marvelous for the most part. First rate Beethoven symphonies. So why did he blow the overtures? And what makes the overtures different from the symphonies? It's kind of an interesting question. Look, everybody can have their moments. I mean, when Venskov did the original Sibelius Lemminkainen suite in Lati, it was horrible, and everybody knew it, and he remade them. So, yes, you can just have a bad day. Right, Mildred? Yeah, I know you can, can't you? I understand. Yes, it can happen, and it does happen, and it did happen. But also, the Beethoven overtures are like the symphonies on a smaller scale. I mean, they're theatrical. There's a certain element of rhetoric that's necessary, and that you can spread out in the symphonies perhaps a little bit more effectively, but which you need to have compressed in the overtures. And let's talk about these one at a time. You have the Creatures of Prometheus. That probably goes best because it's the earliest, and although it has a slow introduction, it basically operates in just two tempi. You know, there's just the slow bit, then there's the fast bit. And you can take the fast bit in a somewhat metronomic way. That is, in a steady tempo with all of the things that made his symphony recordings so exciting. And you can get away with it. The symphonies have broader contrasts. But here it's all in a very short period of time. And so it works out. It works out okay. It really does. But then you've got Coriolan. Okay, Coriolan, you just need to go insane. It's theatrical, it's angry, it's dramatic, it's you cannot play that opening violently enough. And the orchestra here just doesn't have enough strings for those opening gestures. It's not powerful, it's fast, and it's accurate, but it has to have rage. Genuine rage, and the rage is not there. It's just not here in this particular performance. The Fidelio Overture, all right, that's nicely done. Again, it's another piece that you can work essentially in two tempos. It's not an emotionally really deep and gripping overture. It's an appropriate overture for the opera, rather light in tone. So then we've got Leonora number 3. Well, Leonora number 3, that's all over the place, right? You've got fast, you've got slow, you've got on stage, you've got off stage, you've got huge volcanic climaxes. It's really a tone poem. And it's also drawn on an epic scale. I mean, yes, again, the symphonies also are drawn on an epic scale, but the epicosity is spread out more. And you can... It's hard to describe what the difference is, quite frankly, but you can plan the symphonies with a broader scheme of contrast. And the overtures, they're coming at you one thing after another, and the explosive bits have to really explode because you're not going to get another chance. It's not going to all get repeated later, as happens in the symphonies. So you don't have another movement in which to sort of offset or counterbalance what you've done in the previous movement. For whatever reason, I may just be bullshitting. It's just I'm just trying to throw things out there because I was so surprised that these were so uninteresting compared to the symphony recordings. I was sort of, I don't know, sort of shocked. Then you've got Egmont. Well, Egmont, you've got the overture. Let's see, it says, and incidental music. It's just the overture here, if I'm not mistaken. And the Egmont Overture is a really excellent case in point. Yeah, it's just the Egmont Overture. It says Overture and Incidental Music on the pack. I knew it was nothing else. There's a case where you have three sort of, well, more than three big tempo areas in a very small space in 8 minutes. You've got the slow introduction, then you've got the fast bit, then you've got the gentle little introduction to the coda, and then the coda where it all explodes and goes crazy with the Victory Symphony. Well, you cannot play these things more powerfully for immediacy of effect. You've got no long range options, and so if the opening is limp, you can't recover. If the fast bit, da 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 da, it doesn't have the right windswept feeling of drama and urgency, it's not going anywhere. And of course, that final Victory Symphony, it all is just slightly flat. And as I said, sort of metronomic. It doesn't have the rhetorical emphasis that the music cries out for. That's doubly true in the Consecration of the House, which is how this wraps up, because the Consecration of the House is the weirdest thing Beethoven ever wrote. And you've got the march thing, and then you've got the fanfare thing, then you've got the Rossini thing where it's going then you've got the gigantic fugue that has to have tremendous clarity and impetus, and then you've got this immense coda. And all of those things have to not only somehow hang together, but they have to have just irresistible charisma. And it's the charisma that's just lacking here, just the pompousness of the march, the wonderful thing with the bassoons underneath, under the fanfares, the ebullience of the fugue, and the coda that just won't quit. It's got to sound like it's ending, but then it doesn't. Then it sounds like it's ending, but then it doesn't. You've got to just keep going, and you got to justify the fact that it keeps going. Somehow, that kind of rhetoric, the rhetorical emphasis, the thing that makes the music keep going and keeps you listening compulsively, just isn't here. And so there you have it. It's happened before. Doubtless it will happen again. Right, Mildred? Yes, I know. Thank you for joining us. That was really nice of you. We'll see you again soon, hopefully. Maybe if I find something else to trash, she'll show up. She always likes the bad reviews, don't you? Yes, you do. Okay, so keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.